Access Media shills for woke your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man Disney Plus show. And that picture alone speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Spider-Man wearing a jersey with a funky looking spider symbol on it. The black tranny, which is one of the Osborns, that is like supposed to be his best friend, becomes his nemesis, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has premiered, and it's released with a suspicious 100% Rotten Tomato score after actor Hudson Thames declared the Disney Plus show not to be woke. The actor, this show another, motherfucker repeats itself. Anyway, despite it featuring mostly race swap supporting cast for Peter Parker, Rotten Tomatoes has a reputation for compiling critic scores that do Disney's bidding, famously inflating opinions on the site to make it seem like the current Marvel and Star Wars slop is somehow brilliant. In 2024, Star Wars The Acolyte famously ended with a 78% critic score, while audiences had it show at just 19%. The initial score for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man came from Access Media critics in at 100%, while audience scores currently show 76% rating. So, Rotten Tomatoes is, I believe, it's the number one go-to source for ratings. But when it comes to Disney, they will be bought off. Clearly, they will be bought off. Time again for Disney shows, Disney Plus shows in particular, they have came up with these high scores, even though the shows were absolute flops. What's worse is the voice actor for Spider Boy, Spider. I can't see him Spider Man in here, but whatever. He's like, I was just concerned it would be annoying and woke. How is this motherfucker not finding this annoying and woke?
Is he
Like
blind?
he he recognizes the term woke. It can only be a virtue signal, a psych out, like
Yeah.
like going. I was worried, but it's not like this at all. This dumb fuck, this motherfucker. Hell
Ain't
yeah,
that
it's annoying and woke.
ain't that the damn truth? Oh, uh, these people, these people.
That show just looks woke by just looking at the picture. I mean, gender race swapping right off the bat. Hell yeah.
But
There's more to get into, but yeah, right off the bat, you can tell what it's all about.
I think, hmm, I think woke has become a bad word now, and people want to distance themselves from that term while still
It's
doing the exact same thing.
it's an umbrella term, but it's one that works. I would prefer to change it up every now and then, so you don't get lumped in the category of these anti-wokesters, which we are. But change it up on them, just like black people change up their language all the fucking time. Just like in the 1970s and early 80s, it was okay to call them colored people. Now you have to call them people of color.
What's the damn difference?
I don't know. It's like, which color are you? It's a large crayon box.
Okay,
Anyway, why,
well,
why can't you just say black?
by
I
that
don't know.
definition, we're all people of color. There's no
Oh,
transparent
I know
people
that
running around.
I know they say white is the absence of color, but none of us are like solid white. That's fucking silly.
Yeah.
Okay, Marvel fans criticize your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man upon its initial trailer release, mainly taking note of how supporting cast has been changed to BIPOC. You know, uh, bisexual people of color. BIPOC sounds like a fucking cyclops to me, but anyway. Most notably, Norman and Harry Osborn, with the latter getting a design to look suspiciously transgender in nature. So yeah, it's off the wall. They took like Norman Osborn and it's like, Okay, let's make them black. And they're like, no, that's not good enough. Let's make them gay. No, that's not good enough. Let's make them tranny. Only you can be black and gay too. I mean, really, what the fuck?
Oh,
Have they seen so much woke they are blind to it? Yeah, I absolutely believe that a good many of them are. You know, a lot of them, these companies will come forward and be like, they're calling us woke, and I don't know what they mean by woke because we're not woke, and they'll be the wokest shit fucking ever.
well, that term BIPOC, it just makes me think of pox, the disease. So th- these people, I swear to God, they need to come up with some better names or something.
Says I remember
Because,
the Spider Man I watched from the '90s, watching the trailer of that show. I cringed even at the art. I guess they mean this one. So compared to the older Spider Man, that is definitely woke. You can't deny that. The older one, the arts, it was a good show. The '90s cartoon, it was on a cartoony side, but it was a cartoon, and it was like a Saturday morning cartoon or whatever. You know, nothing wrong with that. For being a Saturday morning cartoon, it was a really good one.
yeah, and all of those were, I thought. The X-Men was good too.
Other characters are also replaced by diversity counterparts. There is no Gwen Stacy or Mary Jane Watson in the show. Instead, having the characters replaced by a queer looking Asian girl named Nico Minoru and a large, brutish black woman who's supposed to be Peter's childhood crush named Pearl Pangan. So, Peter got it bad for the thick black chocolate. He wants to park his Peter.
He wanted some of that jungle love.
Yeah,
That's awful. I shouldn't have said.
but would Peter Parker care if they had to park their Peter before he, I mean, if they had one too? I mean,
Wait, what? What'd you say?
would this version of Peter Parker care if they had a Peter to park as well?
Probably not.
Flash Thompson, the high school bully from the original comic, is also notably missing. He's been replaced by football star Lonnie Lincoln, a tall, strong, dashing black man who is notably the alter ego of the villain Tombstone in the comic, except with a twist. Since he's black, he is represented not only as a super football jock, but as a complete genius who's a nice guy too.
um. Okay. They're being racist because just because the person is black does not mean they're automatically going to be good at sports. They're being racist themselves.
Doesn't that just look like the nicest guy who wouldn't like steal your stuff and who would help you when you're broke down and if your yard needed mowing he'd come along and help you with it. Doesn't that just look like the nicest guy with his corn rolls and smug
Mm,
face?
no. Mm-mm. No.
Okay, I know it sounds like I'm being racist, but I'm being real. I've had not a lot, but I've had white people help me with a lot of things out of the kindness of their heart. Never had I had some black dude, especially a young black dude, come up and be like, "Oh, you need help with that? I'm here for you." Never happened.
Nope.
Never heard of it happening.
Nope.
Also, notably different is Aunt May, who looks like a young Bruce Jenner and is implied that Uncle Ben is dead from the start rather than having anything to do with the Spider Man mythos, throwing with great power comes great responsibility out the window. So I guess he's white, so he can't have power or responsibility.
Oh.
Yeah, I take
Oh.
it that's Aunt May.
That's a
fuck?
man. That's a man.
Now we know how his uncle died.
Oh God. But yeah,
I guess that I guess that great power came something else.
they drew her very masculine. I mean, Aunt May is supposed to be this little old lady.
Okay, she could be a woman, except she's kind of towering over Peter Parker there.
Yeah, that's why I said it was a man because that's what I thought. You know.
And the jaw is a little squared. If it wasn't for those couple things, you could be like, well, that's just a woman, not a little old lady, but a young, attractive woman, except the square jaw and the tall, So it's like, whoa, 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 that's a young man trying to look like an attractive young girl.
Yeah. Oh, what have they done to Spider Man?
Yeah, you see his supporting some of his supporting cast there is like Peter Parker's going, oh damn, I'm the only white in this town. I'm about to get fucked up, aren't I?
Yep.
These trannies about to fuck me up.
Yep.
Lonnie Lincoln gets multiple solo scenes that dominate the back half of the first episode, where it's clear people are racist and prejudiced against them. So they're racist and prejudiced against this ultra cool, nice jock of a football player, nice black guy, right? And people's like, we hate you because of your skin color. So according to this, that's how the story plays out. He looks forlorn as his grandma has a little white boy not sit next to him on the subway. That's generally a good idea. And I don't, for that matter, I don't think these young black men want little white boys sitting next to them.
Oh no.
Most people don't. It's like, who the fuck you? Find your parents. Get away from me. This is wrong. This feels creepy. No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get accused of something.
Yeah.
Then a cop harasses him while he's walking on the street just because he's black. No other reason, just because he's black. I mean, I guess the cop wouldn't possibly suspect him of the crimes because some people never do anything, do they?
No.
I mean,
Oh
whites do
no.
shit too. Obviously, white people do shit too. I mean, I'm not a racist, but I am a realist. And the numbers say that it's more likely not going to be a white person. Sometimes it is, usually it's not. Kind of like as that joke goes, where the black people always watching something is, please don't let it be a black guy. Please don't let it be a brother. It's
Yeah.
like that classic joke. I mean, they know it. They just get pissed off if somebody looking like me says it.
Yeah.
But they fucking know it.
Hell, they even say it themselves.
Uh, just because he's black, with a generic hip hop beat playing in the background to emphasize the plight.
Oh.
It's like, oh, this rapping back beats playing. I got it hard as a black man. These whiteys won't leave me alone.
There's powerful niggertry going on here.
Look, I am genuinely not trying to be racist here, but uh, think it through for yourself. It's beyond silly.
Yeah,
Compare it to the real world.
I mean, all you can do now is all you can really do is laugh about it because it's so ridiculous. I
While Lonnie
mean,
gets a fully fleshed out background showing a complete family, oh, black dude got a whole family. We get nothing of Peter Parker's home life, showing the focus is on the diversity counterparts, and the show isn't about Spider Man hero after all. Okay, I know not all black people are missing their fathers, but again, the numbers say that most of them are. I didn't make it, so I'm just speaking the truth. And people may be pissed off at me because I'm not black and speaking it. But fuck it, the truth don't change because of my skin color.
that's
And if you
true.
say so, who's prejudiced here?
Yeah. That's very true.
Meanwhile, Spider-Man arrests a white woman, yeah, a white woman, who's robbing a very nice black man's pizza storefront in a disjointed mess of a story. Spider-Man convinces the store owner to be nice and let the white woman go because she's down on her luck. How often does that happen now? A a white woman robs a black man's business. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No,
Yeah,
no.
uh, the nobody. I've never in my life seen a woman with a jawline like that before. Yeah, like damn, I need me a jawline like that, and I'm a man. I've noticed in the media that if a main character is white in woke media, they're either a jerk or super beta male that's also extremely nerdy. It's disgusting, and it is. It is absolutely fucking disgusting. That's why so many times, I say avoid the media, turn your brain off, get away from the shit for your own mental health.
Yeah. I mean, because if you don't, you just get so damn disgusted with all of it. You just don't want to do anything anymore.
It's clear the show is a woke change of Spider-Man aimed at modern audiences, something the critics will hail as they try to maintain their Disney access. But as more people watch this, they'll clearly be offended by what was done with the beloved Marvel character. Yeah, I mean, I've watched Kada. He's a My viewers are probably familiar with him. He's a streamer. He's complained about the feminizing of black men. Not only that, he's complained about how they won't give a black man a good part unless it comes from a white character. I would have a different take on it, but generally I agree.
Well,
Um, you don't exactly see them taking the role away from Blade and giving it to a white person, not to my knowledge in the least. So that take on it is a little off. And they're like, well, he's a white man. A black man don't need this big role. They're not doing that, but they are trying to placate, to pander to the black people by giving them these already big name roles.
well, the thing
As in the
is,
case of Captain America.
yeah, the thing is they have the ability to create really good black characters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm a fan of Spawn and to a lesser extent Blade, and I never stopped and went, "Hey, they have Brillo pad hair. I don't think I like this." I mean, I got hair like this, right? I never went, "Hey, the skin color's all wrong." I'm like, "Hey, that's a cool fucking character." And if the story's good, the story's good.
Yeah, but my issue is it's like you said, they take characters that has been established for decades and then switch them all around, race swap and gender swap and all that stuff. They're too fucking lazy to create, or let me see how to say this. They're too lazy to take characters that I'm sure a lot of black writers have created and then push those out there. No, they got to take.
Well, the oddity here is characters such as the Black Panther, Spawn, and I believe Blade also were all written by white people, but in general, not all of them, but in general, the black people had no issue whatsoever in championing those characters, especially in cases of like the Black Panther movies.
I still haven't seen those movies
I don't plan on it.
either.
It just doesn't appeal to me. It's not uh black people. It's more like the whole African vibe of it. The whole Africa thing. It doesn't appeal to me. But to be honest, I'm speaking for myself. Egyptian vibe has never appealed to me either. I know there's a lot of black people like Egyptians are black. No, the fuck they're not. Just
No,
because your skin isn't lily white don't mean you're black. And
true.
yes, I know it's in Africa, but Africa's a whole continent with more than one color on it. Always has been that way.
Um, I just never cared for the Black Panther character. I mean, I just never really liked that character much. To me, it felt like a generic placeholder for something better.
What? The which one?
The Black Panther.
Unless I'm mistaken, and I could be, so don't go on my word, but I believe it came about because of the the black movement, the black they were called the Black Panthers, weren't they?
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, I believe it came about even back then, pandering to a certain type, and the black people were all like, down with the man, black power, and all this, right? And then they were praising the Black Panthers, and unless I'm mistaken, it came about as a result of that, written by a whitey.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the Black Lives Matter movement isn't didn't it get started by a Jewish person?
It I don't know. I know it's owned by a Jewish person, and they have no problem championing that cause as well. Now, some of them it's a lack of education. Others it's because it speaks to their pride, uh, and it's a movement that supposedly represents them, so they're there for it. I just find it's ignorance to be had all around, and usually somebody capitalizing on it.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact if a bunch of white people went around saying white power, oh my god. And rightly so because it's racist.